After 32 hours, they went in. At 11:30 a.m., the silence was shattered by dozens of shots as police finally stormed the apartment where Mohamed Merah was hiding. The shootout with the self-styled Al-Qaeda devotee didn't last long.
The killer came out shooting most violently. The gunshots, there were many of them, very intense, and a raid specialist who was an expert in this said he had never seen such a violent reaction. They tried to protect themselves, and in the end, Mohamed Merah jumped out of the window, a gun in his hand, while still shooting. He was found dead on the ground.
As masked officers from France's elite raid police unit returned to barracks, they were congratulated, but two weren't here for the handshake. Those officers were injured in the crossfire as Merah fought to the death with his considerable arsenal of weapons inside this apartment block.
He was
wearing a bulletproof vest. Elements for Molotov cocktails, rags and bottles were found on his balcony. In the apartment we found 3 empty magazines for automatic pistols of 143 caliber, a pot of ammunition of various calibers. We found next to his body a Colt 45 with 2 bullets remaining and a bag with another magazine. We estimate in reality he fired some 30 bullets at police who were moving through his apartment.
The killing spree linked to Merah has gripped the world for the last week. This video, the only image of the gunman to have emerged so far, shows him showing off to friends in a BMW. He'd been convicted of motoring offences just 2 weeks before his targeted killing campaign began. It's now emerged that Merah was on a no-fly list, according to one US intelligence source, because of his time spent in an Al-Qaeda training camp. It will be a bitter disappointment to the French authorities that they didn't manage to take him alive. He could have provided valuable intelligence, but it was clear that he was determined to die with a gun in his hand. The French President, Nicolas Sarkozy, fighting for re-election in a month, confirmed it was over.
L'auteur des assassinats,
the person who carried out the ignoble in Toulouse, has been killed and can no longer do any harm. And for the victims, the families, the soldiers, their thoughts are all on my mind. And I'd like to express the condolences of the National Assembly.
But there will be difficult questions about how Merah managed to get so many weapons in a country where gun control is tight. A group linked to Al-Qaeda claimed Merah's killings, prompting many to wonder if he really was a lone wolf or if he had accomplices. Dan Rivers, CNN, Toulouse.